Free energy. Forever. A dream that has ruined careers, fueled cons, and started the biggest fights in science. An invention that breaks the fundamental rules of our universe. The Perpetual Motion Machine. Some call it humanity's greatest mistake. Others, the only invention worth making. This isn't just a machine. It's an obsession. Welcome to the InventIQ. Today, we're diving into the heart of the biggest technological controversy of all time. What is a perpetual motion machine? Let's get this straight. A perpetual motion machine isn't just something that runs for a long time. Your smartphone battery? Not perpetual. The solar system? Closer, but still no. The dream comes in two flavors. The first kind, a machine that moves forever without any energy loss. Imagine a wheel. You give it one spin, and it just keeps going. No friction, no air resistance, no heat loss. It doesn't make energy. It just never loses it. Think of it as the perfect battery. The second kind, the Holy Grail. This machine not only runs forever, but produces more energy than it uses. It could power your house, your city, and itself, all at once. It creates energy from nothing, or from somewhere we can't see. This is where the fight starts. The first kind breaks every engineering textbook. The second kind declares war on physics itself. And it's the second kind that thousands have chased. The hunt began long before modern science. The early dreamers. In the Middle Ages, Indian mathematician Bhaskara II drew a wheel with tubes of mercury, hoping shifting weight would keep it turning. Even Leonardo da Vinci drew designs before he realized it was a dead end. He called it a quest for the impossible. The greatest hoax, Johann Bessler, or Orffarius. This is a straight-up detective story. In the early 1700s, this German doctor showed the world his self-running wheel. He claimed it could lift heavy weights, play an organ, and it once ran sealed in a room for 54 days. Scientists inspected it and gave positive reviews. Bessler asked for a fortune for the secret, but then his maid confessed. It was all an elaborate scam. His brother was secretly turning it with a hidden crank. Case closed, but the legend lived on. The 19th century boom. The age of steam and optimism brought a wave of wild designs. Magnetic motors, gravity-powered devices, they attracted investors, even got patents. The US granted patents for them until 1917, and they never worked. It was a golden age for con artists and hopeful geniuses. Now, here comes the reality check. Physics in the 19th and 20th centuries put a big red X on this stream. Two fundamental rules of our universe. The first law of thermodynamics, conservation of energy. You can't get something from nothing. Energy doesn't appear or disappear, it only changes form. A Type 2 machine smashes this law to pieces. It claims you can get out more than you put in. The universe says, no. The second law of thermodynamics, entropy. This is the killer, even for the perfect Type 1 machine. In any closed system, things get messy. Energy always dissipates as heat through friction. Entropy, a measure of disorder, always increases. There are no perfect bearings, no perfect vacuums. The wheel will stop. Perpetual motion is harder than reaching absolute zero. But wait, there's always a but. Some theoretical physicists joke, a perpetual motion machine is impossible except for one, the universe itself. Isn't it a giant, not yet run-down machine? What about quantum mechanics, the energy of empty space? These questions let the dream breathe in the shadows of giant, unknown laws. The internet is the new battleground. Search over Unity device and you'll find thousands of videos. Modern-day bestsellers show off. Magnetic motors, beautiful spinning sculptures with magnets that seem to move forever. The secret? A hidden battery, an electromagnet getting a sneaky current, or just video editing. Physics allows stable magnetic arrangements, but they don't give energy, they just store it. Gravity pumps, complex systems of levers and floats that supposedly use gravity's endless pull. But to lift the weight back up for the next cycle, you need to use at least as much energy as you got from it falling. Why do people believe it? Inattention and hope. People see motion and want to believe. The scientific community ignores these claims because they lack independent verification, proper documentation, or a willingness to let experts take the device apart. They are shadows on the cave wall. But among them, you occasionally find not scammers, but the sincerely obsessed who just don't understand the rules they're breaking. The most convincing prototype. However, there is one device often called the closest thing to a perpetual motion machine. It's the atmospheric clock, built in the 18th century by James Cox and John Joseph Merlin. Here's how it works. It's a clock with a large sealed chamber, like a barometer, filled with mercury. Connected to it is the clock's winding mechanism. When the air pressure changes, which it does constantly, the air volume in the chamber changes, making the mercury move. This movement gently winds the mainspring. Is it perpetual motion? No. It's a genius machine that feeds itself not from nothing, but from an external energy source. The heat flows in our atmosphere, driven by the sun. It doesn't break the rules. It's a beautiful illustration of them. This isn't a perpetual mobile, it's a machine semi-perpetuum. It runs as long as Earth has an atmosphere and a sun. This is the upper limit of what physics allows, harnessing the ambient, low-grade energy around us. So what's the verdict? A classic perpetual motion machine is impossible. The laws of thermodynamics aren't just engineering challenges. They are a description of how reality works at its deepest level. Breaking them is like trying to build a square circle. But here's the paradox we love at TheInventIQ. The dream of perpetual motion itself has been a catalyst for progress. The bestlers of the world, in trying to do the impossible, invented better bearings, new gears, clever seals. Without knowing it, they weren't building a perpetual motion machine. They were inching closer to its shadow, increasing efficiency. If someone ever built one, it would be the end of energy as we know it, you might say. True. But the real revolution is already happening, not in creating energy from nothing, but in tapping into the practically limitless energy around us. Solar panels, wind turbines, geothermal plants, these are our modern Cox's quarks. They are powered by billion-year-old human-scale perpetual processes, the sun's fusion, the planet's spin, the heat of its core. So maybe the dream isn't dead? Maybe it just changed shape. We stopped chasing an impossible castle in the sky and started the epic work of harnessing the energies flowing past us every second. And that might be even more incredible. If you are fascinated by ideas at the edge of impossible, if you want to understand how the dreams of the past shape the tech of the future, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell for the InventIQ. Because sometimes, to make a real discovery, you first have to dream of something absolutely unbelievable. Thanks for watching. Think brave.